Where in the world is JustinJ? Well, I'm here. I'm not gonna say I'm in whole or intact or whatever, but I am here. This last week, and a lot of people were asking me why haven't I been on Facebook and Twitter or any type of social media. Last week has been a very, very interesting week, and I've been trying to make a decision of what should I do. I miss you all so much. I miss doing videos. I miss doing silly Instagram videos. I miss tweeting stupid crap. But this last week has been, kind of depressing. Very depressing to the point where I was just not feeling joyful or playful or anything. So, matter of fact, it was so bad yesterday. I didn't even go to work. I had to call in. It was just one of those days. But let me just start from the beginning. As you all know, well, some of you know, I moved out of my apartment. I broke my lease and I moved out of my apartment or whatever to save and get myself together so I can move to Atlanta sometime at the end of this year or whatever. So far it has not. It's been okay. It's been okay. And I moved in with a friend who I thought I knew, and I know you hear all these stories before you go on and say, well, da da da. Yes, in some cases, we had already worked out the details of everything. We were cool and da da da. We talked about financial, long term, how long we're going to be here, all that type of stuff. But I would have never expected it to be what it was. And that's why the last week I've been really trying to see what should I do. You know, what should I do? So, yeah. So being here, everything was going fine and stuff. Gave my rent money, my portion, on the first, like you're supposed to do before. I think it was at 12 o'clock. I gave it to him. Did what I was supposed to do, but my roommate or whatever you want to call it has a dog, and when my best friend came over before I moved in, my best friend realized that the dog leg was broken. And, she just said, we need to, what happened? And he told us that it happened when he pulled her out the cage for, pissing or doing something on the floor. So, I was like, okay, maybe just sprain. Sometimes dog, you step on their paw or something, they'll be fine. They just acting like it's broke or whatever. So, sometimes they do that, just don't want it to be touched right now. But, later on as I've been paying attention, because I really don't be here that much because I be working crazy hours. So when I am here, I'm trying to get some sleep. So, this last week I had, fed the dog and walked outside and I've just been paying attention. I was like, she don't look the same. So this Friday, I took her outside and then I brought her in, let her eat and all that type of stuff. Then, I think I left because did something Friday. I think I went to bed. I slept all day Friday. And I got up and I had lunch with my friend Saturday. And my best friend had been telling me, she was going to report us. She was joking. She said, I'm going to report y'all to Peter. And she had even tweeted Peter and all that type of stuff. And, she was joking, but she was serious. And it was bothering me because I was just like, I'm sitting in the house and I'm watching this shit and I'm not doing anything. But I can't do as much because I be gone half the day. That's not my responsibility. I thought and I wanted to take the dog to get some type of help. But I don't have the money for that. That's $100 to even get it seen. Then it's not my dog, so I can't do an owner surrender because it's not my dog, and I can't do anything like this. It's not mine, and I've already talked to them about that. So I went, you know, I went to work and came back and I noticed that, this was like, well, I went out, had brunch with my friends Saturday morning, and I had been gone. I went to the barbecue fest, and just trying to get my mind off of stuff. Just went with one of my coworkers and just trying to get my mind off of everything that was going on. So I come back and I realized the dog ain't been out of the cage since I last took her out, and that was Friday. So I'm like, well, that was Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Because I was so tired Saturday, I didn't even go nowhere. So Sunday morning, I had got up and, and checked to see what was going on with her. And my friend had came after she had got off of work. And I told her it was, it was shit and stuff all in the cage and stuff. So she got off work and she came. And then she gave the dog, she came with her kid. She gave the dog a bath and cleaned up. And she was filthy. She was filthy. Like, her hair was so matted up. It was so matted up that you couldn't tell if it was a tumor or if it was just a bunch of matted hair. And I just wanted to show y'all some pictures. When have you ever seen a dog stand like that? You know, this is just pitiful. Just pitiful. Dog leg all messed up, and she's just shaking. It's just sad. And that's my best friend watching the dog and everything, and it's just pitiful. It's pitiful. And I thought I knew him, and I thought I did. My friend, she's a dog owner. She's always had plenty of pets. And she was just so hurt and messed up that, she made a decision she was trying to tweet through it, but she couldn't. So she ended up calling the police. She ended up calling the folks, and she had called me and told me, she was like, she couldn't take it. And I told her, I don't even care, because it is trifling. Wrong is wrong. So she called, and she told me not to. She said, don't go to the house for a couple hours. So I ended up going out with one of my friends. Then he took me bowling, and then I got home, and he wasn't here. So I was like, okay, I don't know if the folks came or anything, and da da da. So I told her, he wasn't here or whatever. So we didn't know if he came, if the police or whatever came, because the dog was still here. So that morning, I had took the dog out for a walk, and I walked, because this morning, I had woke up, and I realized that she had not been taken out, because the first thing you do is when you wake up in the morning is you take a dog out for a walk. That's the first thing you do, is let the dog use the restroom. You have to use the restroom. So I took the dog out, and I told my friend, I was like, she in bad shape. She really in bad shape. So she came over, and she came over. It was about 12 something, and we called, trying to make calls and see what we can do. But everybody was giving us the same ounce and the runaround because it's not our dog. So best thing to do was to report it, and we did. And we was on hold for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. She called, and we finally spoke to somebody, and they sent a police officer out here. And the police officer came, took pictures, we looked at the dog, and immediately went to him because he was at work. Went to his job, and because he worked at the leasing office in these apartments. And she walked over there. The police officer walked over there and talked to him. And I already knew what it was gonna be, so I'm not asking for any sympathy or any what's name. Well, you shouldn't have done that, but at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, and I don't care if I'm affected. I'll find somewhere else to go. I'll get my own apartment if I have to. I'll do what I have to do, but wrong is wrong, and I don't want to live in an apartment with somebody who's mistreating an animal. Like, that's just trifling. If you don't want to do all that, get rid of it. Go give it to somebody. Don't get one. That's the main reason why I've never kept a dog or anything, because I know I like my freedom, and I don't like walking dogs and doing all this stuff in the morning. So I don't want one. So did that. The police came, and he came in here. My best friend was sitting on my bed. I was folding up clothes, and he was just like, well, he texted me first. He was like, "You gonna have to the police just came to my job about Chloe. You're gonna have to find somewhere else to leave." And I was like, "Okay." I said, "I'll be gone by the first." Um, and he came in here and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "You know what's going on. Like, cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. You know what's going on." He was like, and I said, "You haven't fed that dog. You ain't walked the dog in 2, 3 days. That's pitiful. That's pitiful." He was like, "Well, that's a conversation we could have had later on." No, we've already had this conversation. My friend told you about it. I said you need to do something about it. I'm not. I'm not. That's not no shit you talk about later. I shouldn't have to tell you to feed your child. I shouldn't have to tell you to make sure your child got some water, or let it use the restroom and shit and piss all in the cage and you ain't did nothing. That's pitiful. So we had the conversation and that's fine. I accepted it. I can't. I don't want to be here. So after that, um, I went over my friend's house. We watched TV together, and I'm just trying to get my mind off up there. This was late on this evening, but it was just so messed up to the point where I had to, make sure that my belongings and stuff were secured, and that I don't come back and my shit be on the floor. Like, they wanted me to come to work, but I couldn't. I can't go to work after something like that. I would have been a snapped and lost it on a customer or something. So I got my stuff and put it up. So here I go again doing this. This has been a very interesting journey, and I don't know if I have a testimony or what I have. But it's so bad to the point that I want to cry, but I don't have the tears. I don't have any more. Like, you plan stuff and you want stuff to go away you want to, and then it doesn't. And I think that's starting to teach me something. But I would have never guessed after all of that. Normally you have a roommate, it be the financial stuff or da 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 da, but something that's so simple as not taking care of the dog. That's not what I don't know. So I think I did the right decision, made the right decision. Or even though it's gonna be consequences for that, but I came back this morning, it's Monday morning, well Tuesday morning, and the dog and everything else is gone. So I don't know what happened to the dog. I don't know where the dog is at. I just hope she's somewhere safe, away from him. So I'm finna get ready for work. I gotta be at work at 11 o'clock. My nerves are on 10 right now. I'm finna take me another clonazepam, something, because I'm gonna need something to get through this day or something. So I appreciate y'all. I apologize for not, you know, being, I have not did a video. I have not done anything. I just couldn't. I just couldn't, and I do apologize about that. And I know folks gonna say, "Well, you don't owe us an apology." Yeah, I don't, but it's just been rough. So now I'm going to be working for the next couple of days to try to find out what are my decisions and what am I going to do, because if I get my own apartment, it's going to set me back as far as me moving. So I just don't know what to do at this point. I don't. And there's just a lot of stuff going on. And before people start asking, well, you should go home with your mama. Yes, I should, but my mama is taking care of 4 children, 4 babies, 4 little boys. Well, not 4 little boys, 2 boys and 2 girls. So it's no room over there in that house. I would if it wasn't, but it's not. It's not in the room over there. It's not. It's not in the room. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'll figure out something though. But I come out of this and I make it, and I be joking about it, hopefully. But it is stressful. But I do feel better now that I have gotten it off my chest and I've talked about it. So for those who've been wondering what's going on, this is what's going on. As soon as I get my spirit together and everything, I promise you there will be a review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Candace thing, and all the other stuff. But until then, I can't really do anything until my spirit is up. But thank y'all so much. I appreciate for everything. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me. I would try to find out what happened to the dog or whatever. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good morning. Deuces.